Hey y'all, what's going on?
How's everybody today? What it do, ladies and gentlemen? What it do? It's your boy. It's your boy, SBK, coming to you live and direct. Shout out to King Ernest. We got that from King Ernest. Shout out to King Ernest. What up, what up, what up? Come on in.
But y'all hit the like button, man. Y'all hit the like button.
Y'all come on in and holler at your boy, man. I just want to say hi to my peeps. What's up to my peeps? You know what I mean? And we're going to have some fun, you know what I mean? We always have fun. Shout out to everybody. Come on in, the bar's open, man. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. What it do?
Wow.
Come on in. Come on in. Hey. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, everybody? How are you? I'm gonna turn this up, just turn this down just a little bit. What's happening, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Thank y'all for coming out. I am your boy, SBK, coming to you live and direct. Happy Sunday to everybody. Happy Sunday. Thank you for coming and chilling with me. I got a treat for you today. Hey, man, I'm excited about this show today. Y'all come on in, hit the like button if you haven't already. Happy Sunday. I got some home training, ladies and gentlemen. I have home training. I'm going to speak to everybody. But look, first, hit the like button, like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? You see the Cash App that's down there at the bottom. We got a great, wonderful content creator. I'm excited about sharing my platform with her and picking her brain. And y'all go and bless her Cash App. Please. We need more ladies like this. We need more ladies like this. We need more content creators like this. You know what I mean? Because the world has enough junk as it is. You know what I mean? So we need some ladies out there, sisters out there, man, that's giving that heat, you know what I mean, when it comes to this content creation, you know what I'm saying? And so y'all bless this young lady, Candikane Lane. We're going to bring her up in a minute, but I got some home training. I want to first speak to everybody and say happy Sunday. I usually go live on Saturday, but I want to go live Sunday because of our guests, you know what I'm saying? Because of our guests. And I can't wait to bring her up, y'all. So without further ado, let me speak to everyone. You heard the bestie, Thrive and Glow with Joe. Shout out to Thrive and Glow with Joe. She had a premiere earlier today. Great job. You heard what she said. Like, share, and subscribe. You heard what she said. Hit that like button. It is free 99, ladies and gentlemen. Free 99. My boy, Kevin Corporative, what's going on with you? Salute to my attorney, Kevin Corporative. The beautiful Just Jay. Shout out to you, Just Jay. Shout out to you. Grab your membership. You heard what she said. Grab your membership. And 2 likes is twice as nice. So shout out to the Purple Heart Podcast. My bro, Uncle L, salute to you, bro. Salute. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Always good to see you. Highly favored. Thank you for coming through, love. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. I've been looking at you. I love your content, highly favored. I love your content. Keep it coming. The lovely 80s geese. How are you, love? Thank you for coming through. She says, hey. The beautiful Who Dat. Shout out to Who Dat. That beautiful smile she got. B is she. Shout out to you, love. Salute to you, love. Salute. Good evening to you as well. And all the ghost watchers and all the haters and all that. You know what I'm saying? You hit the like button too. It is free 99. And if you're not subscribed, what the hell are you waiting on? Come on, man. If you're not a member, what the hell are you waiting on? You know what I'm saying? Because, man, look, I am just getting started. I got some exciting things for this channel. If you're a member, it's an exciting time to be a member here at the SBK Media channel. I want to say shout out to, first of all, look at the lovely artwork there. I want to say shout out to my team. I want to say shout out to scammers, scoundrels, and scallywags, aka the lovely Triple S. I want to say shout out to the beautiful artwork there. And I want to say shout out to my team. You know what I'm saying? Her, Thrive and Glow with Joe, Big Sis, It's Just ETV, I got a wonderful team behind me, man. So Triple S. Nine Job, what's going on, bro? Good to see you, Fenicia. Good to see you. Derek, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for that $10. Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Real odds and ends. What's going on, little brother? Good to see you, little bro. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. You guys come in. Again, bro, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. So yes, I appreciate my team. So without further ado, Lou Jenkins, shout out to you, bro. Yes, Triple S is the best. I'm glad she's on my team. You know what I'm saying? And we're working together. Shout out to the great Triple S, scammers, scoundrels, and scallywags. You guys content creators need help with your content. You need some artwork done. You need whatever you need done. Go hit up Triple S, scammers, scoundrels, and scallywags. Yes, that's her name. That's her name. So y'all go and subscribe and go and hit her up and say that SBK sent you. You know what I'm saying? Because she is the very best out there. You know what I'm saying? So we got a great show tonight. I got a poll question. Hey, Miss Wanda, how you doing, love? Good to see you. Good to see you. Another wonderful content creator. I have a poll question in the chat, and it's pinned, and it says, "What kind of content do you prefer the most? Do you prefer real conversations? Do you prefer entertaining drama, or do you prefer a mix of both?" Answer it. And it looks like, man, it's getting kind of close there, man. So we'll get to that answer in a minute. But y'all bless the guest I'm about to bring up right now. Without further ado, oh, she's ready. Come on up. I'm going to bring a wonderful content creator up here, and it's all about her tonight. So without further ado, we have the lovely Candikane Lane. How are you, love?
I'm good. Hello. How you doing?
Yes. I am tickled to death to have you here, ma'am. How are you? You doing all right?
Great.
Doing great? Good.
You know what? Like, so I'm in Chicago, and we are getting spring. We went from summer, we had hail this month, like actual hailstorms, actually having spring. So I'm really happy.
It's the same here. The weather is freaking crazy. We just had a hailstorm a few days ago, and then during that hailstorm, it got down to like 20 degrees, and now today it's like upper 80s, 90s. So it's just really crazy weather. But I'm very, very happy that spring is here. But I'm more important happy that you're here, man. It's good to see you. You know, a lot of people do not know about you, you know what I'm saying? But I would like for them to, I like to showcase you, you know what I'm saying? So tell us about yourself, ma'am, about your page and how you got started. But, you know, just, I guess first, how did you, tell us about your page. Tell us about your page first. Go ahead.
So I've been on YouTube for a long time. I've been in the chats. And so I recently, I would say like 6 months ago, decided to start actually streaming and being a content creator. And it kind of came about because I was tired of like the gender war content. Like in the spaces that I'm in, I see a lot of man bashing, woman bashing, and I'm just like, I'm over this. Like there's got to be other things to talk about. And then I was talking to a friend of mine who was kind of encouraging me to go live. Like I didn't even know what to go live about, and he was like, well, just go live about being sick of the gender war. So that's what I did. That's how it came about. And it's been a wild ride. I've enjoyed it. I try to have meaningful conversations. I consider myself like a social commentary channel. Social commentary with balance is what I say. So it's not geared towards being right just based off which sex you are. It's being right, not being right, but more so like giving an honest opinion based off of your experience, and then I try to hear whoever is on the panel, allow them to say whatever they have to say, and just listen to them basically.
Right, right. So I guess initially what got you inspired to be a content creator was just all of the bashing of women and so forth.
And it was across the board. Like I felt like I couldn't go anywhere without it being, I hate you, you hate me. Like,
Yeah. So let me ask you something. So what was your when you first started? What was your early content all about? When you first started, when you decided, hey, I'm gonna jump out the window, I'm gonna jump out the porch, so to speak. What was your
it
topic?
was so I think I do a little bit of everything. Like the content that I do usually is coming from a conversation that I've had either with friends, family, or on a panel, or it's me observing someone else's panel and then recognizing that there is an aspect of something that they talked about that I would like to dive a little deeper into. So I don't really have like a specific genre that I think I would put myself in. It's just whatever comes up that I feel like I want to talk about, and to get other people to come talk about. Like we talked about AI, we've talked about again not wanting to participate in the gender war. We talked about like issues between um, like Black issues, Black American issues versus people from other, like across the diaspora, whether they should be included in traditionally Black issues, things like that. Like it's just a plethora of different things.
Yeah. Do you think? Are you trying to? Well, first, do you think it's evolved? Your content has evolved, and do you want to have it to continue to evolve as you
I hope
go
so.
along as a content creator?
I hope so. I think I would say I've gotten more comfortable doing it. When I first started streaming, there was a nervousness to it because you in the beginning you don't know if people want to hear what you have to say, if they're even interested, if the topics are going to be interesting. Like there's a lot that goes into it, and so I hope that 6 months in, what you get from me is better than when I started.
Yeah. You got a range of stuff. We'll get into it. You got a range of stuff you talk about. You know what I mean? But you have one of those. You have. I explained. I explained this to my bestie, Thrive and Glow with Joe. She said the same thing you said. As far as like when you first get into it, you're nervous. She's very nervous. I mean, I got to give her a pep talk. Look, you're here, you're prepared, you know what to say. And it's just getting in there and doing it. You know what I mean? So you sound just like her. But once you guys are in there, you guys are naturals. You seem like a natural. You just have the voice. You just have you have you're composed and so forth and so on. So how did you build your confidence? Was it being prepared more, or how did you build that confidence? You think
I think just doing it, like
just doing it? Yep.
I saw a meme that said something like, "There's never a time to get ready. You just do it," kind of thing. I think just doing it and doing it more frequently. Like I will join other people's panels. Like I said, there was a point where I was just always in the chat, and then
Yep.
I would join panels sometimes, and I really wasn't comfortable even being on panels. And then it went from panels to eventually hosting my own panels.
Yeah. 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 It's that confidence. I tell people all the time, man. In order, I don't mind getting in front of the camera. I don't mind speaking, but I tell people all the time that it's all about just doing it. You know what I mean? Just doing it. And if you do it, you're going to get confident in it enough. Like I said, I've told you this, and I said what I said. She's another one. By the way, I have home training. Um, hey, Tiffany, how you doing? Good to see you. Salute to you. And Vichy is speaking. Richard, how are you? Thank you for coming through. I like YouTubers talk about YouTube. Well, good for you there, brother. Good for you. You get to choose it. So, was there ever a time that you ever thought about quitting? Did you get discouraged? And what discourages you the most?
Can you repeat that? It's like my audio cut out.
Oh, I was saying, do you ever get discouraged? Do you ever think about getting quit? Do you ever think about quitting? does content creating get to you sometimes?
Not really. I haven't hit that like point that has turned it from sugar to salt for me. Right now, I'm still having fun with it. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still networking and meeting people and trying to grow the channel.
Right, right, right. So what? So you're a lot like me. Whenever you're doing content, so forth and so on, it's like I like to talk about a number of things. I don't like just to give my opinion. I like to get a number of topics, a number of people to have their opinion. You have a host of people on your panel.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that you have on your panel, they come from. We talked about this before the show. There's a whole genre of ideas and guys on there that might have some MAGA talking points. They might have some, you know what I'm saying? They might have some, liberal talking points. But how do you juggle that and keep everything flowing, keep the conversation flowing? Because it gets kind of live in there, Candikane. It gets kind of live in there. So
Yeah.
how do you do pretty good? But how do you have the wherewithal? What do you do to keep it the flow going?
I actively listen, or at least I try to. I think the main thing is to allow people to speak their piece, and then if it starts to get like too derailed, I'm conscious always of reeling it back in. And I don't know if that's just a skill that I picked up being an older sibling. Like I'm the oldest of all of my siblings, so I've always had to be the peacemaker in a way.
Good
So
answer.
yeah, I think that's it. And I'm not afraid to hear varying perspectives. People can think how they want to think. A lot of times, I just want to pick your brain,
Oh yeah.
and I'm okay with you not having thought process or ideas the same way that I would. I mean, we aren't supposed to be the same. No two people. So it's just interesting sometimes to get people's perspective. Even if I don't agree with them, I can agree to disagree and still hear you out without, going off the rails.
Yeah, sure. Now you mentioned. Now you didn't know I was doing this, but I got a clip of one of your lives, and
Okay.
y'all are talking about some interesting stuff, and you're talking in particular. You talk about the red pill stuff. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not really pay attention. Now I knew about Kevin Samuels. I knew about Anton. I knew about all the red pill guys, whatever. But I didn't know the different. There's this pill, that pill, and all that, manosphere, and all that. So whenever I came into YouTube, there was a lot of that. You know what I mean? That I didn't even know that existed. So I like you. I'm like, man, there's a lot of bashing going on. You know what I mean? It's a lot of women bashing, especially what I see, a lot of women bashing. So with that being said, I got a clip, all right, and that I got from your. If you have not, by the way, guys, go and bless Miss Candikane Lane's Cash App. She's dropping jewels here, and y'all go and subscribe. My mods, if you're mods in the chat, please put Candikane's link so people can go and subscribe to her. And wonderful content creator, you know what I'm saying? But I got a clip, and so I'm gonna play it here. So let's go. And it look familiar to you? Okay. All right, here we go.
Basically, what I was just talking about was how, in 2023, we had the whole FBI warning list, the terrorism list that came out with all of these red pill, MGTOW, Manosphere, incel names on the list, basically calling them domestic terrorists. And then flash forward, we had like the whole issue with the Fight Club and all of these different people on panels where the women were like not really being heard. It seemed like, it's kind of like a bit of a bloodbath up there. I've been noticing as I'm going around from space to space, a lot of the spaces are kind of trying to integrate right now. You're seeing more women coming on panels and being involved in conversations. And I'm paying attention to the hosts of each platform that I visit. I don't always touch down. Sometimes I'm in the clouds just because I like to observe a little bit. But yeah, one of the things that I've noticed is there for the people who are red pill minded, their talking points, their ideologies haven't very much changed, whether they have women there or not. Which I don't think is a problem. There's a lot of women who like to go to those spaces and they can hold their own. I'm not here to police how people handle their platforms, right? I'm just trying to point out, for the people who are rebranding, for the people who are renaming themselves, for the people who are saying they want to go more mainstream and step outside of the boxes and bubbles they were put into, it's going to take more than just a visual change. It's going to take a makeover, a total makeover of your ideologies and how you present.
That is you talking about that. I pay attention. I pay attention to what you say. But in your perspective, can you explain what do you think about this red pill stuff? This red pill, the manosphere, there's a blue pill, there's a pink pill, all this stuff. But as far as what you were talking about there, can you just basically tell us your thoughts about that and how it affects content creating? What are your thoughts about that?
I think the manosphere, from what I've gathered, from places that I've been, I think that the manosphere was essentially the barbershop for men, but online. So a lot of men gathered and had conversations that were just men focused. And somewhere along that, it seems to have broken off into factions or subgroups. And so you get, all different MGTOW, SYSBM, passport bros, all of these different people that fall under the umbrella. To my understanding, not everyone in the manosphere shares red pill ideology. But a lot of times I feel like everybody gets grouped and lumped up with red pill. I don't know. It all depends on how you view it. I think it has a place on the internet. I think it gets dangerous though when people live by talking points instead of experience, instead of life. And I've heard recently, well, not just recently, but I've heard a lot of cases where people come on and they trauma bomb and they tell experiences that they've never lived, and it's got them in a choke.
Yeah.
And so while it may have started out as something positive where men could relate to each other, I think somewhere along the lines, a lot of it got twisted and the wrong messages were being pushed to the forefront. And, even some of, when I say the wrong messages, I mean, even some of the news headlines that came from it. Like, I don't know if you were paying attention, there were a few deletions that happened from people who were actual content creators in the space, whether they were smaller content creators or not. So I don't know. I would say I'm not against you men having their own space, right? You should. There's just certain things we don't need to hear, or at least I don't want to. But yeah, I think that it has a place, but I think it needs to be like you have to guard your ship. There needs to be some what would you say? Gatekeeping in a way. And the bad actors should have been ostracized for their crimes.
Right. Do you agree with some of their talking points? Because here's the thing. I've been around some guys that are very much a red pill. I didn't even know they were until on here. You get a lot of different perspectives from guys, and when you networking, they never come out and say their true intentions until you go to their content and you're like, damn, you really believe in that? You know what I mean? So, like for example, I've always had respect for, I guess, ways of down south, southern hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? Good afternoon, Queen. Blah 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 blah. But I've had some guys on here talk about how it's not cool to open doors for women and all this type of stuff. And I've heard guys say that, that they liken relationships to making a transaction at the store.
Mhm.
So I'm like, wow. So I know life in life it's give and take. You know, I see the point in that, but these red pill guys, man, are taking it. I think it's a little bit extreme. Now, I understand some of the points. You know what I mean? Like you said, everything has its place. Every talking point has its place, but
Mhm.
I think it's a little bit too extreme. You know what I mean? And so me personally, I've gotten ostracized for just being a gentleman. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you've seen that in spaces that you're at, but I've seen a lot of interesting points from red pill guys. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. That's why I say there's a lot of people who are indoctrinated by talking points. And it's so extreme to me in a lot of cases. There's no gray area. They don't allow for the nuances in life. And I think that's where people get tripped up. It's like life is not black and white. It's all kinds of shades of gray. And I don't know. I feel like for the people, it's a lot of labels too. For instance, you'll see a lot of names floating. They'll call you simp. They'll call you
Oh
beta.
yeah.
All of that. Okay, nobody talks like that in real life. The people that I associate with probably have no idea what those words even
Oh yeah. Well, Miss Tiffany says red pill guys don't respect gentlemen. I've again, she makes a great point. I'm gonna get to you, V. She is in the chat preaching. I'm gonna get to her comments, but Tiffany is that's very much true because man, it's almost like being a gentleman and speaking and see my trademark whenever I speak in chats, I give the ladies a rose and say hello, love, how you doing, whatever. And I was called a simp, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, bro, a simp.
they're going to do. But you have to also remember some of these red pill leaders, you had Myron Gaines telling you enjoying sex with a woman is gay. So do with that what you will.
I keep my thoughts to myself on that. That's freaking weird. Uh, she says we're we are all cut from different cloths and we all come from different paths of life. And of course, Tiffany said red pill guys don't respect gentlemen. She says when debating a topic, you have to have the ability to remove your emotions, and that's the thing about that. What you were just saying, you can chime in anytime. That's the thing with it. That I admire about you and your platform. Even though you got to stir some guys, let's stay on topic. But a lot of people can't take emotion out of debating or trying to prove your point. You know what I mean? I don't understand why you can't do that, but that's the way that is. Um, she says as well as when the person who's making a counterpoint is attacked rather than the counterpoint that they're making. She also says, and when people attack the person making the point rather than the point that they're making.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Absolutely. So, but yeah, you and Joe says about the sex and yeah. So Myron really did say that.
I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, it's pretty much that. I think I probably cleaned up what he said, but yeah, that was a paraphrase.
Basically, that's basically what he was saying. Basically,
Right.
I agree, Tiffany. It does sound sus with a lot of these guys not wanting to be. What I found is this, and I don't know if you agree with this or not, Candy. But what I have found out with a lot of these guys that have these talking points like that is that they've had some type of rejection earlier on, and they have been the simps, or they have some sexuality problems in the past, or have been tampered with back in the day. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be funny, but that's what I found. Do you agree with that?
Well, Myron has pictures of him in bed with men, and like kissed up with them. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to say I think people overcomplicate the male female interactions, like communicating with each other. They overthink it and they put a lot of pressure that just doesn't belong. It makes me wonder how many people are actually going outside. Like, do y'all actually
Right,
talk to people? So
right.
I don't know. I can't say that they're all gay or that, that they've been tampered with or things like that. I will say rejection seems to be a common theme, but who hasn't been rejected? All of us. Every single person has faced some level of rejection in their lifetime and recovered. Bounce back.
Facts. Lou says the red pill was initially supposed to be about building strong relationships and building legacy, not bashing and destroying each other. She said those guys lack the ability to make their presence felt and to be a proper leader, provided with being a condescending a-hole, in my opinion. Um, yeah, yeah. So which brings me to one of your. I think you put up a short. When you guys were talking about men being over sexualized. You know what I mean? I thought that was very interesting, and you brought up the point about what does that mean? You know what I mean? I started to clip it up, but I didn't. But hey, Dr. The Bay Area babies in the house. How are you, love? About men being over sexualized, and that was a great. You were on a panel. I think you were dual streaming, and that was a very, very good point. So, why do you think people label men as being over sexualized? Can you explain that?
So I actually got that question from someone else's video. It was a question that one of their subscribers left asking if they could do content on. And so I put it up on a community wall post asking the men if they felt like, because it was specifically written that Black men are over sexualized. And so my question was basically, is this true? Do you feel this way? And by whom? And some of the answers that I got on that panel was like by white women or non-Black women, they have a fetish and this, that, and the other. But these were women who were speaking and not men. So I never really got an answer.
I don't even think it. I mean, I agree with you because if you're labeling men being over sexualized by them liking sex, then that's normal. But I mean, I think you guys were talking about the whole Jamal Bryant thing with his wife having the flesh dress thing, and that was mentioned. And so that was very interesting that you guys had to, because you brought up a very interesting question, and I just didn't. I'm with you. I don't understand why it has to be labeled as over sexualized.
Yeah, I really wish. I mean, if that is the case, and men feel that way, then I wish it would be something they talk about. But I'm guessing because I really didn't get a lot of feedback, or maybe people just don't like to get like vulnerable. I can understand that. The internet can really throw things in your face. But it was an interesting question. I'm assuming that the person who posed the question was a man. So that's what made me say, well, maybe this is a thing. I don't know. I don't ever want to speak for men because I don't know. I don't have that barometer.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all, I'm interviewing a wonderful content creator, Candikane Lane. Mods, if you would please, if you would put her link in the chat. Now we got a poll question, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna read it. You guys, if you haven't voted yet, I want you to vote. All right. What kind of content do you guys prefer? You guys prefer real conversations? You prefer entertaining drama, or do you like both? And we're gonna get into that, Kane. We'll get into that a little bit because I have my thoughts on that. But so let me ask you something. Hold on. I got people in here in the chat cooking. B says men of all races are not monologue as well as women. She also says, this is why compatibility matters, to each their own. The gag is the go along, get along gang is finding someone who shares those same requirements and needs and are willing to give you what it is you're looking for and what you what you need. Yeah, what you need. And I think I got everybody. So I didn't want to. You guys are cooking in the chat. Y'all keep it coming. So anyways, oh, and by the way, y'all bless her cash app, man. I got it on the ticker here. Y'all bless her cash app, man. She deserves it. She deserves it. Von's in here. What's going on, little sis? What's going on? That's a fellow Chicagoan right there. Fellow Chicago, little sis is in the chat. Shout out to little sis. One love to you. So before we start getting into, some fun stuff, so what drives you to keep being a content creator? What is it? Is it just? Well, I'll let you talk. What drives you?
I think just because there's things that I want to talk about and I enjoy doing it. Like I just think I want to see how far I can go with it, how far I can grow. I've had a few people ask me like, what are my plans for the channel? What do I intend to do with this? And I don't think that I really started out with a plan other than I'm going to fire up a live stream and see if people want to come over and talk about what I want to talk about.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So now look, I got this poll question about what kind of content do you prefer? Real conversation, entertaining, drama, a mix of both. So you and I have we got a similar history. So whenever I first started out, and I told you, content creator went viral. I started being in chats, just speaking to everybody. I got up the nerve to get on a panel, and then I was admonished, like you were, to go ahead and create a page. And so I wasn't expecting to get monetized in a short amount of time, but I did. But along the way, while I was certain content creator went viral, there was a lot of drama. You know what I mean? There's a lot of beef. Yeah, there's a lot of people, man, just doxing people. And I got my popcorn, man. I got my popcorn. Ooh, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah, man. So I'm sitting there, and a lot of these Mickey 50s getting doxed, and people getting cussed out, people getting exposed, and whatever. What's going on, Lisa? Shout out to Lisa. She says a mix. So, but it had got to the point to where, okay, so I had to be careful, Candy. I had to be careful because I was a part of me and people I was rolling with. I'm still rolling with them today. Sis and Joe is still with me, but there's, I was on YouTube. There's clicks, you know what I mean? There's clicks. You're in a foxhole, right? So, yeah. So I had to like pull myself away from that, and because there's sometimes whenever you are in the chat and you're mingling with people in the chat, speaking or whatever, you can be attacked as just someone that's in the chat. You'll find yourself on the Summer Jam stream because content creator doesn't get along with another content creator, and they start attacking the followers and the subscribers and stuff like that. So I had to pull away and had to do my own thing. But don't get me wrong, I love that fuckery sometimes. You know what I mean? Looking at that, I'll be honest with you. This person get cussed out. This person get exposed or whatever. This person had a camera slip. This ninja ain't got no teeth in his mouth. You know what I mean? This person gets rolled up on. You know what I mean? And like I said, I got my popcorn ready. So I heard you say the same thing. I think you basically said, hey, you know what? I like it, but I'm not going to be a part of it. So where do you draw the line on that?
I don't do drama on my page. I'm not a drama-filled person in my real life, my everyday life. But if you're going to be there to entertain, I'm going to be there to watch it. That's how I feel about it. And I agree. Like, you have to be careful. You have to know where you are and play where it's safe. That's how I feel.
Right.
So when you go into these chats and these different spaces and places, you got to understand there's history there, a lot of history. And sometimes people jump in and they take sides. And I just feel like if especially if you are somebody new coming into a new circle, just observe and watch and don't immediately jump in and think you know everything, because you will get quickly humbled.
I've had some people in the chat that know I'm telling the truth on that. I've had to, like,
Sure.
I ghost watch a lot. I ghost
Mhm.
watch a lot because I don't want to be caught in the crossfire of, gunfire. A lot of people in the chat know what I'm talking about, but it's a lot of beef on here, bro. It's a lot of beef, and so I've seen people that I really am fond of in the chat. They know what I'm talking about. I'll message them and say, "Hey, man, I see you." They're up in the chat while there's gunfire, where there's war. I'm like, "Hey, man, you might want to be careful in there while you're salute. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, girl, you doing all right?" And don't understand that, man, you about to get shot at too, because you're a follower of the person that, what I mean, that they're not getting along with. They're going. So that happens. You know what I mean? So, have you had to pull yourself away from beef? Or
Absolutely.
have you been part of some?
Absolutely.
Really?
See, what am I? Yeah.
Really?
I don't get in beef. When I listen, I might watch from the clouds, but when y'all are bombing over Baghdad at each other, I'm not. I don't want any parts of that. I don't want to have to choose sides, especially because my thing was a lot of times, especially as content creators, or even just like if you're a beef channel, these people will fight. They will go back and forth. They will do heinous things to each other. Like, I've seen CPS called. I've seen a lot, right?
I've
And
seen
then
people get swatted. I've seen the house get swatted. I've seen CPS being called. I've seen people get ran up on.
yeah,
I've seen people say they got money. I hate to cut you off. I'm gonna let you. I've seen people, they got money, and their upholstery in their car looks like trash.
mhm.
Uh, I've seen niggas on here. Excuse me. I've seen dudes on here, whatever, whose skin, they claim that they got all these women and they can get, blah blah blah, and their skin look like a reptile. You know what I mean? And that's, But anyways, I had to say all that. But go ahead. But I
So
can't believe.
with that being said, you have to learn. Um, these people may fight today and be friends tomorrow. So it's better for you as the observer, as the person in the chat, to mind your business, unless you want that smoke. Like, 'cause, see, it's just like in real life. You jump in the middle of two people fighting, and when they make up, now they're looking at you sideways because you got out there and jumped off the porch, gave all these opinions, and now I just think it's better to not do that for me, especially because these are beefs that existed long before I started coming around. Why would I join in the middle of this for what?
Right. Exactly. I think the thing about it for me is that I enjoy putting out content, and I'm sure you do too. I enjoy getting a lot of different perspectives from different walks of life, but it just seems to me that the focus is not on content that's positive or content that's going to make you think and have different perspectives. So my question is, and this is for the chat too. I have it right here. My question is this: can a creator grow without controversy? Can a creator grow without controversy? So that is, this right here is probably one of the most frustrating things. It can be frustrating to someone who's getting it from the mud, so to speak, working hard. You come prepared, and then you see people that are quote unquote content creators just putting out a bunch of junk. All they're doing is about each other's mother, putting people's family pictures up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But if you told them to give their take on what's going on in the world, hey, hey, show me where Iran is on the map. They
Mhm.
couldn't even do that. You know what I mean? But here's my question, and it's to the chat too. Can a creator grow without controversy? So, how do you feel about that, game?
I believe you can in the right spaces, in the right places. I think I wouldn't go to the beef sector and try to grow a channel that doesn't have anything to do with beef.
Correct.
So, excuse me. You have to know your audience and know where you are. I've seen like some of the channels that I've seen grow have been faceless channels. They've been review channels. They've been so it all depends on your market and your reach. And I think the consistency of sticking to it. Um, yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know. I've seen some of the beef channels grow, and when I say beef, this is the blanketed term, not speaking on the sector itself. But I'm saying people who like to go back and forth and fight. I think that will only grow you so far. But even if you get to the point where you're monetized, are you marketable? Are you going to be able to get sponsorships? Are you going to be able to get um, the big money outside of the super chats, outside of the cash apps? Like, and I think that's where, if you are an actual content creator, your focus should be.
Right, right.
So yeah, I do think that you can grow. I'm starting from the mud, and so we'll see. I'm still a small but mighty channel. I will always say that, and yeah.
And you got a mighty channel. You got a voice. Blue says you can absolutely grow without controversy. It's about your audience and how you network in multiple sectors.
Mhm.
And he spoke on that. He's, I'm a rebel with the cause. There you go. So so how often do you how what is your is there a how do you network? Do you choose who you network with? Do you choose where to go?
I do.
How do you gauge that? How do you gauge that? I mean, that
I
might be a stupid question because networking, it might be a stupid question, but I mean, how do you gauge that? What's
so
up, Stash?
I tend to watch from the clouds for a little bit, like to get a scope of the channel holders, the content that they talk about. It's I am a firm believer in if you're building a brand to protect that brand. So I wouldn't just link up and collab with just anybody, especially because you don't know like people's history and you end up taking on demons you never signed up. So I am very cautious of making sure I kind of get to know people in a way through their content first. And then I'll touch down in the chats and like, hello, hi, introduce myself a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much how I network. And then if I come across, like, say, a panel or a stream or something that I might feel I want to join, then I would hit the link and see if they'll let me up. I really haven't had any issues with people not being friendly, I guess you would say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just, it's just kind of, a lot of people get frustrated because they'll start out with having good intentions and then all of a sudden they'll just go with the flow of things as far as with, like you said, I'm using that as a blanket statement to beef or controversy. Don't get me wrong. The way you market yourself or whatever, you know, but if you're gonna market yourself as being someone who's beefing, you're not gonna get any
So,
sponsorships. It's what you want to do. You know what I mean?
right.
But but a lot of people don't think that way. You know. So
Well,
uh,
I think a lot of people think followers equals clout and equals success. And for some people, that's how they measure it. So that's what it is. But like, again, YouTube, I think, should be a business. I'm here to bring content at the end of the day, sure. But if I could
yeah,
throw it into a second stream of income, that would be the deal. Why not?
right,
And
right,
hello
right,
to
right,
everybody coming in.
right.
Hello.
Hey, the queen. I said what I said. The queen is Miss Fancy's in the house. What's up, queen? What's up with OSD, my bro? Salute, salute, salute. Shanice, I hope you feel better, love. How are you? I got the lovely Candikane Lane up in the house. Stash Cash, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, what do you say about your channel? What advice can you give to somebody that's an up and comer? Because we got some up and comers in here in the chat right now. Queen, we got some up and comers that they've been monetized, but they don't really have a. I look at you got a following, you got a following, you got a good push behind you.
I don't know if I'd say I have a following yet, but I network a lot. Like I go to a lot of different spaces, and I communicate with people. I don't know. It's hard for me to really say. I think the biggest thing I would advise anybody out there trying to be a content creator is find your people. Like go out and actually talk to people. Don't be afraid to connect with other people, join panels. Just be careful where you go. Especially like I said, if you have a certain brand, you don't want to mix and mingle it with brands that don't align, right? But I think you should. My biggest thing is to move around and just don't be afraid to get out there and try talking to people.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a topic that you would talk about on your page, especially.
Right. I got Candikane Lane. Y'all bless her cash app, ladies and gentlemen. I got her in the building right now. So let me ask you this: have you ever been tempted to kind of like go into that space? Have you ever been tempted to like, man?
What do you mean?
I mean by have you ever been tempted to like beef, take your content and kind of be petty with it?
No, not really.
Okay.
Because I'm not okay. Like I said, I enjoy going into spaces where people. I'd be lying if I told you I didn't enjoy the beef and seeing people do what they do.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that to me, like I don't watch reality TV, but to me that's like my version of reality TV with the ongoings of YouTube. But I've never wanted to participate in it directly and have it back and forth. First of all, there is nobody on Beyonce's internet that's gonna get me out my body. No, it's not even that important. And I've always said, like since I started, I do my content for the people who want space to go that isn't beef, where we can have calm conversations. I have family who watch me. I have nieces and nephews, and I don't want them coming behind me, seeing me act out, be reckless, and being like, "What the what? TT?" No, I'll leave that for other people.
Oh yeah. I agree. Amen to that. I totally agree because I've never gone to that space. I've never been tempted to. I don't see.
I will say, if you're asking me, have I ever had a back and forth with someone or a tiff? Absolutely.
So you had beef with somebody? Really?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it was an all-out beef. Somebody said something that I disagreed with. It was a personal character attack on me, and then I launched an all-out. I'm buying you off every panel, every chat war offer.
Oh wow! I can't see you doing that. I can't see you doing that.
So I'm not gonna argue and fight with you. I'm just gonna get you going.
Damn. Y'all, don't mess with Candy. You heard what she said. But people can be pushed. People can be pushed, man. They can be pushed to that point.
See, I am not I'm not somebody who goes around starting drama. I don't carry bones between chats, and I'm in a lot of spaces, and I hear a lot of things. And I just kind of mind my business. I'm an observer by nature, right? I'm a watcher. I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna archive it in my head. So it's rare that you'll ever see me in like a back and forth with somebody. Just trust me. If you ever see me really go off, because it has happened, Not fully, but it has. If you ever see me go off, no, they started. It wasn't me.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all hit the like button as you come through. Hit the like button. Kicking it with Candikane. I'm kicking it. Did your panel guest vote? I think she's going to. What did you vote? What did you? Oh, well, hold on. I'll give you your answer. Hold on. So, what kind of content do you prefer, guys, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all, I'm gonna give y'all just a few minutes, and I'm gonna ask what her answer was. Do you guys prefer real conversations, entertaining drama, or a mix of both? So, what did you vote? You a mix of both?
I did. Mix of both.
That's what I thought.
Absolutely.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I like I said, I love listening to it. I was on my boy OSD is in the chat right now. OSD, if y'all haven't followed OSD has probably he talks in a almost a straight monotone throughout his whole chat, right? But he's roasting people and he's laughing, and so he'll go on this spiel and talk about, and his thing is, and this entity and this rat, and he's going off on people. This rat here, and I'm just sitting in my bed or in my man cave, and I'm just sitting there just laughing. But he has that ability to roast, and that's just the way he is. You know what I'm saying? So, but me, I would never, and that's his space. Shout out to him. Benicia, I'm telling the truth. Y'all laughing. I'm telling the truth. So that's his space. Yeah, OSD, that's his space. OSD Reloaded 2.0. That's his space. He just sits there, man, and he does that. But I would never do that. I mean, I would never. That's his lane. But I would never. Now I can bust caps at you at certain people and be kind of slick with it. You know what I mean? Be kind of petty with it. But I'm not going to do no panels on you. You know what I mean? If I see something or whatever, I know how to be subliminal. I know how to be subliminal and just kind of like roast you or whatever. But I'm not going to jump out there and just start beefing with people. But I like to look at it. I like to listen to it.
I do roast. I am a roaster. I'm from Chicago. We originated roasting. So,
I remember that one thing you said. I remember that one you said something about. What did you say? You said you was talking about men's faces. You weren't really roasting, but you were just being yourself. You were saying like, when you look at a man's face or something like that, you imagine things, and I'm like, oh.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay. So, so anyway, I'm like, well, you're speaking the truth. You're speaking the truth. Now, before I get into this, let me ask you something. We talked about this beginning of the show. Y'all, if y'all don't know about Candikane, man, y'all, like I said, first of all, you guys, if my mods, y'all please find her link and put it in the chat. But Candikane has came a long ways, and when I say long ways, she's came a long ways physically, and I really truly, I really mean this. You have really worked hard to follow you, and you've lost a lot of weight, and you've basically transformed yourself. You know what I'm saying? Me being the meathead that I am, or whatever, I look at stuff like that, and people don't understand that that's a lot of hard work. Now, you've been on a weight loss journey and so forth, and you look great. You know what I mean? Can you dive into that for us and talk about that?
Yes. I I actually had a conversation with Jo. She joined the panel, and we were talking about, is the body positivity movement dead? Or that was the type. I'll go back and see. But I was, kind of expressing a little bit about it. I've never really talked publicly about my weight loss like that, but I got to a point where I was just over it. Like, I was young and severely obese, and I just wasn't happy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I knew for my frame, like, my body was not meant to be the size that it was. I've always been a more of a petite person, like, as far as height and everything, bone structure, all of that. And so it just got to a point where I realized, so I think I went through like a depressive period and ended up gaining 20 pounds and I didn't wonder how it happened. I knew exactly how. I knew exactly where each and every pound came from. But after that was over and after I licked my wounds, I kind of just looked at myself in the mirror. It's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm gonna die one way or another. So I can either die from being obese or I can die trying to get this weight. And then that's when I decided to fix it. So I went and I got a nutritionist. I got a personal trainer. Actually, no. Before that, before the personal trainer, I got a nutritionist and I went to there. And I worked with my nutritionist for a while. And basically, I think before I even signed up with a personal trainer, I lost 50 pounds naturally. Like at my highest, I was 365 pounds.
No way. Really? Wow. So really? Wow. I would never guess that. Man, shout out to that right there. Shout out to that. That's what I'm talking. Shout out to that. So you got it. So how did you do it? I know you said a personal trainer.
So I started with the nutritionist and therapy. I started by walking because I was somebody who didn't really exercise. Like I was into a lot of things like in high school, sports and whatnot. But as an adult, I didn't really do much of anything in my way of like working. So I started out simply by walking. And combined with the meal plans, meal prepping, that first 6 months after I decided to make a change, I lost 50 pounds naturally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then after that, I was like, I am at a point where I'm plateaued. And it was a mental plateau. I'm somebody who often self-sabotaged. Like one of the things that I realized about myself is I would constantly try to over and over. It would be a series of, like, I was the person at the job who would start like a weight loss challenge and get people involved and not organize it and plan it and blah, 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 send it all out. And we would be doing good, encouraging. But then I would get to a point where I think right around 40 pounds. It always seemed to be the number that did me in. 40 pounds. Something would happen where people would start to comment and it would scare me. It was like, wait, what? Yeah, it would scare me. So I think at that point I realized I'm at the point of self-sabotage. I want to continue this on. And so I ended up going and having a weight loss. So I had a gastric sleeve.
Okay.
And then during that time frame of linking up with my doctor, he set it out for me. He basically put numbers. I wouldn't say I'm really a number person, but if you give me solid evidence of this plus this equals that. So he sat me down. He gave me a plan. It was a plan of things that you can eat, how you should proceed. It was this detailed thing all lined out. And so I said, okay, you're telling me if I do X plus Y, let's see. He said yes. Down to to telling me what I could weigh and how much weight I could lose. I said, I hear what you're saying, and I'm trusting in you that if I follow these steps, this will be my result. And sure enough, I followed it like I was religious, down to meal prepping, down to making sure I didn't eat anything outside of the the recommendations, like if you go back and like I have a lot of that on my Instagram page, but I used to share a lot of food, a lot of recipes, like this is what I'm eating, blah blah blah, this is what I'm doing. So it started to come off. I was being very successful, but I knew I wanted to go further. Like I just wasn't going to be satisfied with like, the shrinking body, but not getting it together. So that's when I got a personal trainer, and it just kept going from there. Like I was telling Joe, there would be weeks where the scale wouldn't move, but then inches would come off. So I would keep like a not a video diary, but photo journal. I would take pictures so that I could, one of the things that I talked about with her was body dysmorphia. And I don't know if anybody's ever lost weight or heard of that before, but body dysmorphia is a thing where you see yourself a different way than like you actually are. And so in order to kind of combat that, I started a photo journal to make sure that I was living in reality. Um, what else can I say? But even now, like I'm in a maintenance phase. This was 2016-ish, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, since then I've been in like a maintenance phase. It's gone, plus or minus here or there, but I still follow the same rules. I still follow the same eating patterns. I would say like there's no quick fixes. People think, oh, you get a surgery and it's like instant. Life is better, and it just doesn't work that way. You have to do work regardless. So, whether you are going to the gym, whether you are eating better, whatever you're doing to make your life better, it has to be a life change. It can't be a temporary fix. And that was one of the things. That was the reason why I actually signed up for Instagram. As a matter of fact, was because I wanted to follow people who were on a weight loss journey. Also, I wanted to see the good, the bad, the ugly. I wanted to see people who were doing it completely natural. I wanted to see people who had surgery. I wanted to see people who, were going through whatever they were going through to follow the success. I watched people say that they fell off of what their doctors were saying. Like they didn't follow the program, they didn't follow the plan, and then I watched their results as well. And then I watched people, like I said, it was a lot. It was a lot of hyper focused on tunnel vision on getting to where I wanted to get to. And then along the lines, I was also watching My 600-Pound Life. I would work out watching My 600-Pound Life. Yeah, I would actually be working out watching them like, me. And yeah, it's been a while. I wouldn't take anything back. Right? I would do it all over again and then some. Like, I have people, I remember as I was losing weight, like I had a period where I wasn't really going around friends, or not friends, but most of family. And I started coming back around my family, and I was getting mistaken for like my younger sisters. And that was funny. I thought that was really funny. I'm like, nope, it's me. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm
Well, how do you feel? I mean,
good.
That's the most important. That's the most important thing. How you feel.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement. So like, I don't think that the journey is. I said, oh wow, yeah, my family did not recognize me. That's how long I had kind of stayed away. And then but see, the thing was, I was still, at that time I had a Facebook, and I was still putting pictures, like I was documenting as I was going along, like, here's the things that I'm doing, here's the things that I'm eating, blah, blah, blah. But I just don't think that it was something that they came to terms with until they saw me. I still, when I run into people who haven't seen me in years, they still are shocked. Yeah.
That's awesome. But everybody, even body dysmorphia is real. That's very it's very much real. And so it's amazing how you work through that. And I tell people all the time, you just hit the hammer on the nail as far as there's no lose weight quick fix. You know what I mean? You have to be consistent. and that's awesome. You have an awesome story. You know what I mean? And like I said, I follow you and so forth. I'm like, man, you know what I mean? I talk about that, of course, but I wanted you to explain. So, did you along the way? Now, I've been looking at your. You've been putting a lot of food on community posts and so forth and so on. So, how is that working out for you? Because it looks really good. It looks really good. You guys can ask. By the way, before you ask, you guys, I'm gonna get to your questions. I see your questions, Vaughn and Lou. You guys ask us some questions. I get back to it. I promise I will. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What was the question you asked me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I interrupt you. But the question was, I saw your food. The food that you put up on your community posts and stuff and on social media. It looks really good. So how is that? How is the journey of that? Have you learned a lot of things, or what?
Listen, I've always been a foodie. Big back, little back, it don't make a I've always been a foodie. So, like, I think the thing that has helped me with like is the fact that I I notice when I start to eat a lot more fast food, that's the fastest way to pick up food. And it's convenient, so it's why most people would do it. But I think health wise, I just prefer, especially nowadays when shrinkflation and all of that, like you're not even getting good quality. You spend a lot of money. So I enjoy cooking. That's one of my passions too. But art is one, and then food is another. And I think it comes from the same vein of being able to start with raw materials and have something, created.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Man, big bag, big bag. Yes, Lord. Yeah, brother man likes to eat too. Vaughn had a question. She said, "I have a question. Do you feel good that they didn't recognize you?"
Yes, I did, but then it was kind of surreal because it's like, have I really been gone that long that you thought I was like there? Oh man, I remember going to a baby shower. One of my family members threw, and they were like introducing themselves to me, and I was like, what the hell? What is happening? What is that? And so yeah, I'm like, Auntie, it's me. Yeah, yeah. It was surreal.
Awesome. Man, that's awesome, man. Like I said, you look great, man. Keep it up. Lou says anything easy in life is not worth it. You won't respect it as much if you don't put the work in to earn it.
Absolutely.
Other people put, hold on, I'll start with comments, but what are they? Oh yeah, Lou asked me this question. You can answer it too. He said, SBK, what would you consider the sector your platform is in? I'm an anomaly, Lou. I'm an anomaly. I don't consider myself in any type of sector. Um, to be honest with you, um, I can go wherever I want to go. I don't belong to any clique. I can talk about politics. I can talk about religion. I can talk about relationships. I can talk about whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm not in the beef sector. Of course, I'm not in any type of sector. Even though I met in one sector, but as a content creator, I'm a chameleon, man. I'm an anomaly. What say you, Candikane?
I say I'm in the candy sector or candy sphere. I created my own.
There you go.
Listen, the reason I say that is because I was on YouTube before there was a sphere, before there was a beef sector, before there was any sector. I was here from in there almost the beginning. So,
Yeah.
like you, I say I move around. I consider myself to be a floater. I can go pretty much anywhere. Um, it's just understanding how YouTube works and keeping your nose out of other people's business. I think that's the biggest thing. But even starting my channel, I wouldn't say that I came up under anybody's umbrella per se. It was just, hey, people, I know you, you know me, come over here, let's have a conversation. And people came. So that's why I say I'm the candy spear. I don't identify or lump myself with anybody's.
There you go. I hope I answered your question, Luke. But I think we both answered that. But yeah, I'm not in the sector. I just go wherever I want to go. But V is she. V says, mind your mother freaking business. And so V is she says that all the time, and that's what I mind my business. Now, have people put me in some BS? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Have people shot shots at me and said some ish about me? Absolutely. You know what I mean? I remember, I shouldn't say this. People have tried to put me with people or whatever, with different females on here or whatever, and people have tried to say that all sorts of stuff, man. But I don't even respond to it, bro.
I mean,
I don't respond to it.
that seems to be the best way to go about it is to not respond. Because a lot of times people want to go live for live, they want to go back and forth. That's how they build their channels.
Yeah,
And
that's like
a lot of things just don't deserve a response. Let them eat from.
facts. Facts. Juan says, I like the candy sphere. I guess I'm in the candy sphere too. I'm in the candy sphere. Shout out to G Mama Body. I forgot I didn't salute to you. Good to see you, G Mama. And it was somebody else that came up in here I thought I saw. Yeah, it was G Mama. It was G Mama Body that came up in the chat. Vaughn, you're in the Vaughn Bishop. But anyways, so one other thing, first of all, guys, y'all hit that like button. Y'all go and subscribe to this wonderful content creator. We need to get her monetized. We need to get her monetized. You know what I'm saying? We need to get her where she needs to be, and where she needs to be is to be monetized. So y'all go and bless Miss Candikane and the Candy Sphere. Y'all bless her cash out and bless her because she's a blessing to us. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you something. Always, when we're talking about working out with me, working out and that whole lifestyle, fitness, losing weight, all of that, it takes hard work. And I think hard work translates into every aspect of your life. So with that being said, how have you taken a part of your weight loss journey and kind of used that in your content journey as well?
I haven't. At one point I thought to start like a weight loss channel. But then I saw a lot of the people who were weight loss content creators, and I just didn't want to deal with the things that they dealt with. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with Amberlynn Reed. Okay. So, like, not to say that that was going to be my story, but it just wasn't open for the public to scrutinize. I'm one of those people who believes that in not making my life content, my content is my content. And so, yeah, I just didn't want to open myself up in that way for scrutiny because then I knew I was going to clap back. I just, like, yeah.
You didn't want to go there. I hear you. I had this long conversation with the bestie trying to go with Joe. I've been a certified personal trainer for 20-something years.
Really?
I've never used it because of the simple fact is that I don't have any patience with people. Now I have patience when it comes to other things. I have patience being a leader, being a boss, whatever. You have to have patience with people. That's just part of it. You have to let people, become better and be patient and help them along the way. But when it comes to personal training and all that. I don't have any patience whatsoever with it. Black Pete Stone, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you. I don't have any, and I'm gonna explain to you what you just said as far as how you just explained to us about your weight loss journey, right? You have to realize that a lot of women and a lot of men are not like you. They're not going to sit there and ask the doctor, hey, what is going to get me to where I need to be? And if you tell me what I need to do to get there, I'm going to stick to it. And what I've heard you say, hey, I've stuck to things, I've kind of veered off, but I've got back on track. It's a journey, right? It's a process. But you said pretty much over the past since 2016, correct? That you've actually stayed on that path.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yes, for the most part. Unfortunately, Candikane, a lot of majority of people are not like that. They want the easy way out.
I was determined to not fail. I'm one of those kind of people. When I want something, I'm very determined, right? And I was also trying to motivate other people to join with me. So I have had partners along the way in like the whole weight loss journey, people who would come work out with me. We would go for walks together. Like I was real serious about getting that weight off. And it wasn't, like I said, it was either I'm going to die fat or I'm going to live. So, yeah, that was my motivation to keep going. And then as I saw the results happening, I just had to keep going. I owed it to myself.
See, but once again, people don't have that mindset. And I congratulate you for that because majority of people don't have the mindset like you have, like Joe has. Looking at it long term, I want to be around. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, people want to get like people want to have the get rich quick schemes and get and lose weight quick schemes as well. And because you tell a person, look, this is what you need to do, and you do it like this, people are like, well, I don't want to do it that way. Okay, fine. You're not going to get the results. So because of that, I have no patience with people, especially, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
Okay.
But it's just not, it takes hard work and it takes discipline. And if you have a goal, then you stick to the goal. Like you said, people don't have that. They just want to get, don't have that mindset whatsoever. And I don't have, go ahead.
I think it's important to also find what you like do what you physically like doing. Like for me, I was big into, so outside of the personal training, I was going to Zumba classes, I was doing Pilates, doing yoga. Like I was constantly finding things that I enjoyed. Dancing was one of the most, I would say the things that I did most outside of actually like weight training. So do what you like doing. And I walk a lot. Like we used to have Fitbit challenges. And the 10K steps a day, who could get the most? There were 20K, 30K step days. Like it helps to have people on the same mission with you that can kind of push you, but don't rely on them, because if they have periods where they're down, you don't want to join them in that too.
Very good. Very good. It's just that, like I said, I have patience, but when it comes to fitness and all that, I don't have patience. If you ask for my advice about something, I'm gonna tell you. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna do it your own way and it's gonna fail, I'm gonna tell you it's gonna fail, and 100% of the time it's gonna fail. It has failed for folks, and so I tell folks, don't ask me to help you anymore. You know what I mean?
I think that's why the whole my 600-pound life, when I told you I used to work out to that was one of the reasons I did, was because I got to see what happens when people are given a plan and told follow and they don't. A lot of people will make excuses instead of just suffering through what they have to suffer through to get the results of it. And I was determined to not be that person. I mean, no judgment on anybody who not been successful. What I'm saying, when you find your why, you hold on to that.
Absolutely. A lot of people think that I like to talk about fitness and working out and all that. I really don't. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are not passionate enough about it like we are. You see what I'm saying? Because I want to be around to walk my daughter down the aisle, and I want to get, you know what I'm saying? I want to get in and out of the shower. I want to get up out of bed. You know, I want to be, you know, so I want to continue to do that. But people don't look at that like that. So, like I said, man, I salute you because, like I said, again, that's a lot of hard work and a lot of discipline, dedication, the whole 9 yards for you to be. What were you, 360? Did you say 360?
365 at my highest.
Wow, that's awesome. I think Joe was 375, right, Joe? 375 pounds. I think you 375.
I think Joe lost. Joe was
She lost. Oh no. Joe was 500 and something.
Yeah.
Joe, how much were you again? Type it in the chat. She lost. You're right. She lost. She lost that. You're right. But yeah, man, that's an amazing story. Hey, I'm interviewing Candikane. Thank you guys for coming through. Now look, Candikane, before we I'm not gonna take all your time. This has been a wonderful live. I've learned a lot from you. But well, first of all, what do you got planned for your channel? What is there? You got a live schedule? I know you usually go live every Saturday. Okay, Joe said I weigh 525. She lost 375.
So Joe lost me at my highest weight. Imagine that.
She lost you at your
She
highest
lost me at my highest weight. That is amazing.
And Joe works really hard in the gym. You know what I mean? Very hard to the point to where I told her that, hey, you need to kind of like pull the reins back because you can actually, I've actually told her to pull the reins back. Kind of got scaled back on working out because you're gonna end up injuring yourself. Because when you have all that weight being 525 pounds, she lost 375. All that weight on your knees for a number of years. So she there's no cartilage in her knees. So she has to warm up on a stationary bike before she starts moving around. And it's just like she says, Bessie, it's just like somebody putting oil on my joints. So she works really hard. You know what I mean? And so you guys, man, my head goes off to you guys, man. It really does. That is awesome. But anyways, so back what I was going to say. So you guys bless Candikane and her Cash App. Please do so. So what you got a live plan? I know you go live every Saturday at 4, but what do you have planned for your channel moving forward?
I'm trying to grow. Right now, I'm on a mission to get my 1,000 subscribers needed to get monetized. I'm very close to the watch hours that are needed, but I would like to just reach new audiences, new people, get some more people willing to come in and have conversations with us. That's pretty much where my immediate plans are. I like the fact that we have a good group of people. Like I said, I mean, I'm not a beef channel. I will always say this is not a gender war channel. I do not gender war. This is not a beef channel, and I'm not an expert in anything. We are just here to have a conversation. And we go from there. And it's usually a very good conversation each time.
I can honestly say I'm watching the bushes out while I'm watching the bushes. I listen to your conversations and the panelists. It's an awesome conversation. You know what I mean? I've gotten ideas to do shows from listening to you. It's thought provoking. You know what I mean? So I had to have you on. I had to get you on here. And where can people find you? Tell us where we can find you at.
You can find me from my YouTube page. Like you said, I tend to go live on Saturdays at 4. That's this time slot that I've selected. However, I will say my real life, my outside of YouTube life has been coming into play a lot. Like I have a lot of birthdays and um, outside commitments that have had me to move around some shows. So y'all would have to bear with me. I try to at least let you know in advance, either the day of, early morning, or the day before, if I'm not going to do a Saturday show. Um, but yeah, this upcoming Saturday, as a matter of fact, I won't be able to stream, so I'll have to figure out how to fit that in somewhere. But I do have a thumbnail and I have a topic that I want to talk about. So if anybody wants to come over and join me, I would greatly appreciate it. You're welcome in. My only thing is I always say just be respectful. When you hit the panel, we're gonna hear you. Yeah, I'm gonna let you get it off. I always say let you get your shit off, just be respectful.
Facts. Facts. You wanna go into what you got a live schedule? What you gonna talk about? A title?
So, okay. So here's the thing.
She said, Tamika, hey,
listening in the bushes of someone's stream, and they were reviewing and talking about, like, from what I walked in on. I don't want to completely misquote them or misspell, but I walked in basically where they were talking about children and like teenage, like, I don't want to say sexuality, but it was more so like hormones and like kids. But the way that they were having that conversation, like I heard men basically saying, these girls are fast, these girls are reckless, these 12-year-olds are getting taken to the principal's office for fellatio. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, why are you putting it all off on the girls? Doesn't it take two to tango? Like, why are we not, and not that I'm excusing any of the behavior, but I just don't, my content, the next stream is basically boys will be boys, but girls are fast. And it's about the fact that we overlook mannish behaviors in boys. We celebrate mannish behaviors in boys.
Yeah.
But then we demonize and we vilify girls for participating in these same behaviors with the boys. So, like, is it wrong or is it not? And the fact that the community often overlooks the fact that while you're wagging your finger at the girl, somebody else was there. It's the scarlet letter. So I want to have a conversation to see why people do that, and if we even notice that we do that. Like, I'm listening to a good 20 minutes of this. It was men, it was women, it was just these girls, they're so fast and this, that, and the other. But who are they being fast with? Like, why are we overlooking that? So I don't know. That's what we're going to talk about.
That seems like that's going to be a fire topic because, man, that's you hear what Vaughn said. Vaughn said exactly this Candikane. I knew I would. Yes, she spit. That's going to be so. Yeah, that's going to be good. I'll be. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hop on your panel though.
I would love that. We should come through. Absolutely.
Yeah, I will. I'll hop on there. You got any final thoughts before we end this thing? First of all, I appreciate you coming. Been wanting to have you on. I appreciate you coming. Mi casa, su casa. You didn't have a poker face on tonight, So
I told you I don't have one. I do not have. I wish I can control my voice. I used to work in customer service, so yeah. I learned. I would be. Oh my God! I remember being in the office and I had a colleague who sat across from me. And the whole time, my voice was very calm. But he would be laughing at my faces. I cannot hide my facial expression. But usually when I'm on the panel, I even like on the playback, I watch, and I'm like, I'm not making a face. I'm thinking. Like my eyes move a lot when I think. That's how I process it.
You were on this one short you had a panel, and the guy was reading the ticker, and you're was like. You was shaking your head. It was very, very known that you weren't feeling what was being said, So that was awesome.
Yes. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
You were asking me for final words.
Oh yeah. What's your final thoughts? What's your final thoughts?
Well, thank you for doing the interview. This is the first interview I've ever had on YouTube. And the fact that you saw value in my channel to even to have me your guest. I appreciate that. You do. I want to say to all of your subscribers and anybody who overlaps with me, I saw some people come from my side as well and say hello. I appreciate you all coming through on this lovely Sunday evening in the first steps of spring. Like you could have been anywhere, but you're here with us. So I appreciate that. And I will say, if you are somebody who is considering starting a YouTube, do it. Just do it. Like there, I know people think it's oversaturated, but you are unique. Your content will be unique. Just don't copy anybody. Like bring you to YouTube. And I don't mean that in a make yourself content kind of way. I mean, come with your personality, come with your ideas, and don't be afraid to share them. And then connect with like-minded people if you can. Um, and then I will say for anybody who wants to come and join us on our side, over in the Candy Sphere, you're welcome.
Very good. Very good. Well said. I also share those same sentiments, everyone. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you came to kick it with me and Candikane on this lovely Sunday night, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. So I appreciate you guys coming through. Man, Tamika, thank you for coming through, love. I appreciate your super chat. My bro Angelo is in the chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate you. Everybody that's donated, I appreciate you. One love to you. You know what time it is. Like, share, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. And y'all go and subscribe to Candikane. Thank you, bestie. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you. The business partner, Thrive and Glow with Joe, and scammers, scoundrels, and scallywags, Triple S. That's my girl there.
I did want to mention that. Can I say something about that?
Yes.
That work was very nice. I think she did a good job. I don't even know her, but I think that she did a very good job on it. And as some, like I said, I do art as well. I don't do digital media, but I saw it and I was like, so congrats to her.
Yeah. She's great, man. Oh, G Mama Body. I forgot. Good to see you, love. Good to see you. And anybody who's in the candy sphere. Is it candy? What do you call it? Candy sphere?
Candy sphere.
Candy sphere. Everybody's in the candy sphere supporting us. I appreciate you guys coming through. This has been a great live. So I was going to say something. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, yeah. So like, share, and subscribe. Go and subscribe to Candikane. Y'all put her link in the chat again before we end this thing, all right? And y'all do me a favor. Y'all go and bless her with Cash App. And I would like to personally and say in public, Candikane, hit me up so we get you some merchandise so you can rep that SBK gear. Hit me up. It's on me. And so let's see here. Lou says, dope live. I subbed up to everyone I was on the panel with last time I was on the panel. Get people over here. Absolutely. Thank you. All right. With that being said, look, I appreciate you, ma'am, for coming through.
Penny candy. There you go. That's Chicago right there. Yes, you can get some penny candy from the penny candy.
Oh, man. Fellow Chicagoan. But yeah, man, y'all again, hit the like button. Y'all hype it up. And y'all go subscribe to my girl here, Candikane Lane. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that your voice belongs in this conversation at the SBK channel. Candikane, you are welcome. Anytime, come hit the panel. This is we ain't getting rid of you. You with us now. And the Candy Sphere and the SBK Media Channel family, we're all, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? So be kind. You're welcome to come up on the panel anytime. And that's what it is. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end this thing. With that being said, your voice belongs in this conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a comment. leave some comments and we'll answer them. All right. If you liked, if you didn't like, let me know. All right. With that being said, your boy SBK is gone. Thank everybody for coming through. I will talk to y'all soon. And your boy SBK is gone.
Your voice belongs in this conversation. Thanks for supporting the SBK movement.
Your boy SBK is
like,
gone.
comment, subscribe. Grab your membership, be a part of the movement. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Your boy SBK is gone. And remember, your voice belongs in this conversation. I gone.